Also, I knew I forgot something. Ahem. Oh, that was good. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Summertime Render. Something just changed, didn't it? Something weird is going on here. Something kinda sus. I think there is more going on than meets the eye. Foreshadowing. But enough about that for now. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Summertime Render. We are back with episode 13 this time. Previously, on Summertime Render, we had Shimpe, and his friends meeting with the Mother of Shadows, the god Hiruko, but we shall call him Haine, because apparently that's the name of the first person that the shadow copied, I guess. The original little girl, I guess. We met with her, and she seemed kind of intimidating at some points, but then very childlike during other times. And it just felt a little weird, but more importantly, after a little bit of back and forth, and everyone kind of showing up at the same time, we learned pretty much nothing. I mean, okay, we learned a couple of things. We learned, for one, that Ushio's original body is still intact, up to a certain point anyway, until, the mother eats it. And I assume, in terms of the timeline, it happens the night before the festival. So I suspect, at some point, Shimpe and the group are going to try to rescue Ushio's original body. We also learned something about the time travel ability that Shimpe has, which is like some sort of alternate reality type of stuff, which honestly, they didn't really go into detail, but it's something, right? It's something. But yeah, let's just get into episode 13 of Summertime Render.
Ushio? よかった。ヒズルさんが生き返った。私は死んだのか。はい。なるほど。君が観測する世界が事実になる。4本腕はそう言ったんだな。The
world you observe becomes reality. So this is kind of what I was saying earlier. That some of the stuff that they were talking about that was kind of confusing. That was one of those things. The world you observe becomes reality. You don't just say something like that and be like, we were just kind of saying random shit, right? That is very specific, because all of a sudden you're going from the ability to just time travel, right, to go to a different loop, even if it's like different realities. All of a sudden, it's not about time travel. Now it's kind of like changing the timeline to what you want, to whatever you want, really. Also, I knew I forgot something. Ahem. Oh, that was good.
でも、なんで俺にそんな力があるんか。君の右目がもともとハイネのものならば、その目は影でできているということだ。いつプリントされたか覚えてないのかね。いつの間にかで、島に帰ってきてからやとは思うんですけど。今私の中で全てつながる。
The thing is, I'm trying to remember if he had the eye the very first loop. I don't actually remember. I know I noticed it when, before he did, but I think I noticed it during the second loop. So I don't actually remember if during the first loop. I actually think, most likely, that we might be going through time to before the show even started at some point. Because if we remember the way the show started, it started with... So, a nice little pause here. It started with Ushio, or, Shimpe having heard Ushio's voice in like a dream, and then he woke up on the boat, right? And then once he died, he he also once again then woke up on the boat.
その目を網代新平に授けたのは牛尾。君だな。私が？どういうことですか？
Potentially, yeah.
君は前回の失敗の原因を何だと考えている？一つはミオの影を倒した後、先生たちと別行動を取ったことだと思います。できるなら今回はみんなで協力したいです。私も同意見だ。おい、ひずる。
Oh yeah, I forgot she can do that. Of course she can do that. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure this is just a bullshit cheat tool for the story. Let's be honest here, right? Is there any reason why the shadow should have some sort of ability to show others their memories? Not really. Right? Like, it just seems such a weird power to have. Basically, the only reason why is to show characters important information. And in this case, to make them believe you. Right? It's not Ushio, by the way.
あのメッセージと網代新平の右目が今ここにあるのだ。君を信じるよ。先生。フィクションを心から信じられるのが人の業だ。金しかり、宗教しかり、物語しかり。だから私は小説家なのだ。私のはフィクションちゃいます。分かっているとも。4本腕の目的はハイネを復活させることなのか。あのバカでかい体が奴の本体、ヒルコ様なんや。しおりの足元の影がその一部に過ぎやんなら、しおりをいくら殺しても死なんかった説明がつか。けど、しおりの戦闘能力は高くない。歩けるっちゅうだけで。ヒルコ様は弱ってて、あのど。
I know I just, you know, sorry to keep pausing, but like, I know I just talked about it, but basically, I was thinking about the showing the memories thing again, and essentially, most likely the reason she can do that is for this exact purpose, to basically show the allies, to essentially have them catch up, right? Show them the memories, and all of a sudden they all know what happened. They can't come with Shinpei and Ushio, so they essentially have Ushio just give, you know, show the memories of what happened. It's kind of bullshit in my opinion.
君たちのプランは？今すぐにでも地下に潜って本体を叩きたいですけども、あの4本腕を確実に倒す目算がないと二の舞になりそうです。何よりミオが心配ですし、そうたちのことも何から手をつける。
Oh, funny how that works, right? I saw a video, like a comedy little sketch. I don't remember what channel it was. But I had a video recommended to me because, you know, I watch a lot of anime stuff. And basically the sketch was about, like, what an anime protagonist cares about. And the guy basically, in the sketch, is like the protagonist goes around asking all his villains, what they plan to do, what their big mastermind plan is, right? And everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna nuke the earth, I'm gonna kill entire continents, and you know the protagonist like, okay, that's cool, right? Like, I'm gonna stop you, I'm gonna trade for you, right? And then when the final villain says, oh, I'm gonna just hurt your friends, then the protagonist is like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking kill you, you bitch, no one touches my friends, oh my god, right? That 100% applies here. Because I'm sorry, it's kind of annoying to me that he only like mentions, oh, I'm concerned for Mio-so and the others. Who are the others, right? You could say, oh, I'm concerned for everyone on this island, right? Because it's not like it's not like the shadows are just targeting Mio and So and you know, the important people. I'm sure right now probably someone's getting killed by the shadows. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. It's not like just your friends are being targeted. Or at least I would think so. So it's a little bit annoying that, you know, Shinpei only thinks about his friends and, you know, people he's close to, rather than the entire population of the island, because they're also in danger, you know. But it's always always only about the friends.
私は前回と同じようにコバマートでしおりを捕まえてほしい。
しかし殺せやんのやぞ。捕らえてどないする。
それなんやけど、あいつを消せるかも。
So that whole I can erase it thing, right? So this is unfortunately where I think they're going to diverge from more traditional time travel stuff. Because usually in more traditional time travel stuff, you kind of, the protagonist uses the time travel to essentially to his advantage, right? But here the time travel is more like a way to like keep trying again rather than being used for the main character's benefit. Because usually when you think of time travel stories, you think of like you know, Groundhog Day, right? Where the main character constantly tries again, like tries different approaches, tries Steins Gate, right? Where they constantly try and try different things. They're trying to get to the ending, the result that they really want. And then so they keep trying and trying different things to get to that result. Here it's used more in terms of, you know, the main character getting information and then just doing completely different things every single time around. Like usually you would think time travel like main character like, I don't know, decides, like let's say like 7 loops in, main character tries to infiltrate the big boss's cave or whatever, right? And then runs into some sort of trap, and maybe one of them dies, right? And immediately we skip to the main character kills himself, and then we skip to them at the trap again. But this time the main character knows that there's a trap and then warns everyone, hey, there's a trap there, don't fall into that. And then they move on, right? Essentially, if it was like a traditional time travel, like time loop type of thing, we would have Shinpei doing everything that he did before in the last loop, getting to that cave, but this time knowing how to defeat the four-armed shadow, right? Because you already have information as to what the four-armed shadow is going to do, or where he's going to appear from, or, you know, stuff like that. You already know what they're going to do, so you can now counter them with, you know, the information from the future. That's what more traditional, like, time loop shows would do. But here, it's clear, like, they almost always, like, they almost never go the same route. They kind of always do different things each loop, if that makes sense.
やったら作っちゃってね。
根頃くん、あとは頼む。
親父！
今夜10時に私の部屋に来い。5分だけ取ってやる。
ありがとう、お母さん。
けど、何の話な？
いや、ちょっとな。
そうだ。網代新平が影の病について調べている。一体どうなってる？先日の小舟牛尾といい、南方ひずるといい。で、ここに来て嗅ぎ回る連中が現れたのかね？
南方ひずるが帰ってきたのは偶然とは考えにくいですね。新兵君の方は牛尾ちゃんが連絡を取っていたんでしょう。
影の牛尾を完全に消しそびれた挙句行方不明になったというのは本当か？
安心しなさい。必ず見つけて消しますよ。まずは家族から探ってます。
小舟家を全員影に？
そのつもりです。網代新平を含めてね。
Okay, so this was interesting and important because now we do know that they're specifically targeting that family. Because before I said that, you know, it's not just that family specifically that's in danger, but apparently it is. But it's not like they would know that, right? It's not like Shinpei would know that.
出番だ。龍之介。
消せるかもって、しおりをか？
さっき私、ハイネに頭ん中いじられそうになったんです。あいつが私の中に入ってきて。 だからその経路を逆に辿ったら君にも同じことができると。
なんやようわからんが、試す価値はありそうやな。
ああ。
Ooh, actually, once again, I'm thinking about the showing the memories thing. I actually think it's a mistake. Like, legitimately, I think it's a mistake. Because in terms of Shinpei knowing the truth, or knowing the future, essentially, right? There are certain things that you would want to happen the same way, right? You don't always want to change everything. So in this case, you know, Ryunosuke could do something differently. Maybe not Ryunosuke, because, you know, Hizuru is the one who saw the memories, and they can't, you know, they don't have access to each other's memories. That's why they use the phone recordings. But the old guy, 100%, right? The old guy could be thinking, oh, I saw in the future memories that I did this thing. Well, now maybe this time I'm going to do something else. When you're actively thinking about something that you're going to be doing, this might influence what you're actually going to do. So I think actually showing the memories like that willy-nilly is kind of bad. Not the best idea, because some things you want, you know, Ryunosuke and the old guy to do naturally. Like, don't give them any extra information, because what they're going to do is already good, right? We want them to do the exact same thing this time around that they did last time, and don't influence their decision making.
次に殺されたことや遺体に首を絞められた跡があったこと、龍之介さんを殺したのはハイネなのでは。
そうだ。そしてあの子は私の友人だった。友達？
あ、ミオや。
出たまえ。詳しい話は後にしよう。前回の行動をトレースすれば今回も同じ結果になるはずだ。つまりプラン B でハイネを捕らえられる。ハイネは私から君を、朝子、すべてを奪った張本人だ。ハイネさえいなければ小舟牛尾も誰も死ななかったのだ。終わらせよう、龍之介。了解、お姉ちゃん。
The thing is, I suspect that things won't go the same way. Because even like, notice how things are already different. She already said different things to Ryunosuke than last time. Even the smallest thing, one extra sentence, can change someone's like mental to make them act differently. I have a feeling this is not going to go the same way. That's why showing the memories is not necessarily a good thing. It might go the same way up to a certain point, but I don't think it's going to go the same way. Entirely, I mean.
4本腕に壊されたネイルガンか。
ってことは牛尾、お前、前の集会でスキャンしたデータを次のループに持ち越せる？
Well, yeah, she's coming kind of physically, so
すごい。お前すごいぞ牛尾。
it's not Ushio, bro. Not the same one.
ネズさんが持参した2丁のうち、ネズさんのをネイルガン A、俺のをネイルガン B とする。牛尾がネイルガン B を改めてスキャン。古いデータに上書きしてから本物を消去。これでまた B が使えるように。ネイルガン A もコピーしたかったが、牛尾のストレージがいっぱいだったので保留する。
龍之介が入って5分経った。そろそろプラン B に変更しますって連絡来るんちゃうか。
ええ。そして2分後くらいに、あそこのベランダからしおりが降りてきます。3本目が外れて、しおりは逃げますが、グリーンソフトの旗のところで俺が捕まえて。
Mistake. See, Shinpei's a noob. Shinpei's a horrible noob when it comes to time travel shenanigans, okay? Now, I'm an expert. I'm a veteran of time travel, okay? You don't tell them what's going to happen because they will change. Psychologically, they will change. They will do different things this time around because they have that information. You don't tell them. That's why you put them on the path to doing what you need them to do, rather than telling them what's going to happen. Because if you tell them what's going to happen, they're likely going to do something different. See? See? Fucking told you. Now, it could be that Shiori or, Haine also somehow mentally came back in time and now knows what's going to happen. But I'm really hoping that I'm correct here, that telling them about the future is what made this change. That's what I'm hoping. Interesting.
ありえない。なんでや。なんでお前がここに。
ずるはいけませんね、新兵君。
何？
あの時言うたいしょ。見つけたって。それは刻印じゃ。
Ah, there's a connection.
どの世界に行こうがすぐに見つけられる。わかるか？わしはずっとおまんを追いかけてきた。目を追うたろ？あの夏祭りの最後に。わしもループできるんじゃ。おまんらが今日ここに来るんは前回龍之介の記憶を探った時に分かっとったわ。
母か金か、最後に生き残った方が見る世界が事実なのです。来いや、打ち殺しやが三発。
Ooh.
三本の影縫いが機械やった。
Nice. Nice.
スキャンしたら私が消える。でもその腕一本。
Nice. Good decision. Good decision.
まあええ。これは挨拶代わりじゃ。
But this is really bad.
何遍でも繰り返すがええ。そのたんびにわしはおまんをたどり。
分かった。想定すべきだった。敵も同じ力を持っていると。
Well, I predicted this.
二人を死なせてしまった。俺の甘さのせいで。後ろは
ここ。ごめん、痛かった首。できるだけ重きしいった。
See, now the game has completely changed. The game has completely changed because now it's not the same as one person just going back in time and doing things differently.
あいつの体データがない。どうやって動いてるんや。
Now
そうか。
it's
でもなんやろあいつ。
your enemies also going back in time. So all of a sudden,
勝てると思うか。ループする敵に。
多分
it's not the game is completely different.
ループしてるだけ。だから次の視点も私らと同じはず。条件はイーブン。
Okay, this is some complete bullshit, by the way.
ありがとう。
Why? Because the shadows naturally have the advantage. They've been having the advantage. Even the time travel, even Shinpei's time travel was already kind of essentially the only power that he had to fight against the shadows. But now, if the shadows also have the same power, I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of fucked.
ここってうちやん。ループの視点がずれたんやとしても、私らこんなとこおった？
いや、ケンヤ、雨なんか降ってるはずない。22日はずっと晴れやのに。
ちょっと待って。ねえ、ちょっと待ってよ、お姉ちゃん。
What the fuck? What in the fuck? I would say my biggest problem with this is that we don't know anything about this power. First it's time travel, now it's see memories from the future. Like what is going on? What is this power exactly? If we had any clue of what this power is, and by clue I mean any idea, just say it's the eye of God or whatever, the eye of the god of time. You can see into the past, you can time travel, anything. Point is that I just have no idea what this power is. And these new powers coming out of nowhere all the time is a little bit bullshit,
ありがとう。だから私も手伝ってんの。
お母さん。
ほんまよ、あけみさんよ。すごっ。
やっぱりここは過去か。14年前。 初めて俺が死んだ時、ミオが近くにいてこんなことが起きたんや。お前が死んだプライベートビーチに俺もいて、過去の出来事を目の当たりにした。南雲先生、子供の頃から変わってないんだな。
I would imagine at some point, while seeing some of these memories, they're gonna be able to interact with the past.
からもそのままの味でいてください。
あ、ちょっとあんた鏡見てきた？ヒゲ、それに寝癖も。
ごめん、忘れた。
お父さんまで来たよ。こんな日あったんやな。
うん、すごいな。動いてる。二人の声、仕草、あんなだったな。
新平の両親って何の仕事してたんやっけ？
水中考古学者。水に潜る仕事。
前言ってたポイントに潜ってみようと思ってます。ほう。人ヶ島は歴史があって面白いですよ。
So I'm guessing they died to the shadows as well. I wouldn't be surprised.
どこの子？島の子？多分な。
多分。
それにおそらく今の時代の人とちゃう。会うたらわかる。いつもこの時間に現れる。あっこ、あの2階の窓に明かりが灯るんや。
やっぱ幽霊やろそれ。
君悪すぎ。ここってお化け出るって噂あるんよ。
The second floor. When they were investigating the clinic before, Ushir Shadow said that there was a bunch of stuff on the second floor. That it would take a lot of time to sort through. So I'm guessing they're gonna go back there.
約束は守る。
ヒズル、うちまで送ってくよ、朝ちゃん。ああなったらお姉ちゃん、てこでも動かんから。
嘘だろ。
こんばんは。ハイネ。
Well, this might be interesting. I already talked a lot this episode, so I'm gonna keep this brief, but I mean, everything was pretty good in this episode. Definitely the idea that, you know, the enemy is also going back in time and looping is definitely a very, very bad thing for Shinpei. But my main issue comes from the fact that we just have no idea what this power is. And not just this power either, but also, you know, the shadow powers as well. It just feels like these powers are coming out of nowhere. Right? It's like the shadows and Shinpei, they all have the exact power that they need for the exact like point in the story. And once again, it comes down to coincidence, right? He's coincidentally now seeing these memories that he probably needs to see to learn more of the truth, right? Coincidentally, instead of, I don't know, making it happen himself. I'm not a big fan of coincidences in stories all the time. The fact that we just don't know anything about this power, this eyeball, you know, it's just a little frustrating. But I hope you enjoyed episode 13 of Summertime Render. We shall be back with 14 soon enough, at some point in the future, at some point. Until then, goodbye.